Ambassador Yakul has read his budget, his second budget. It is called a recovery budget. That is the most laughable thing this year. A glance at the budget, and this has been a trend in this country, will tell you we are jokers. We have become a country of jokers, honestly. A budget of 3.6 trillion against a projected revenue of 1.8 or 2 trillion. That's just a joke. I want to call upon Kenyans, especially the leaders. Don't make this country a laughingstock. A budget deficit is something over which people agonize. A budget deficit is what can bring a president in to correct in America and another president out. A budget deficit is not something you celebrate like you celebrate Mass. How can you project to raise 1.8 billion and then you are having a budget double that size? What is your problem? The Kenyan budget, not to mince our words, not to sound nice, is meant to finance corruption and the raw theft. What is in the budget is what we call padding. You put monies in places you know you'll follow there and eat. That's why when lecturers, when teachers, when doctors and nurses want government to increase salary, you can see the agony from government. You can see the length to which they go to ensure that lecturers are paid worse than MCAs. Because if you put money in salaries, you cannot follow that money and eat. So you put it on a road because you'll fall and eat. Just read today's budget. You don't need to be an expert in any field. You just need to be literate. Na kama wewe ni Mkenya hujui kusoma, ambia mtu akusomee tu highlights a budget. Kwa dakika 5 tu, bilioni fulani imewekwa hapa, bilioni fulani imewekwa hapa, utaanza kushangaa. Watu wanatengeneza hii budget ni watu wajinga kiasi gani? Most of those things are either irrelevant or useless, and yet we are having a deficit to finance things that are irrelevant and useless. Look at how many of them are there. Where is the priority? We have gone through COVID. One would have thought that we are now aware the survival of mankind, Kenyans included, will depend on this, the gray matter inside here. Mankind will survive cutters of brains. What has this government done to show that we are through a pandemic that is teaching us we must be at the cutting edge of knowledge in science, in technology, in the arts, in everything? We are still financing the most useless education in the most useless way. One would have thought, for example, that we know that you can be locked in your country without going anywhere, like it happened. So you must step up your agriculture. One would have thought you know the meaning of knowledge, and therefore you step up matters on education and research and higher education, food security, education, health. Across these three of food, health, and education, one pillar was going to transit, the pillar of research. I was hoping this time round, I will see the country has put down 3-4% of its projected revenue to go into research. I was hoping to see 60 billion, 50 billion, 70 billion for research, so that we are saying in the next 5 years we can produce any vaccine in the world, any. We have the capacity. Our scientists are on the cutting edge of knowledge. Our universities are centers of research. That's what I was hoping. Because the future of man's survival depends squarely on the brains. You don't think you die. This is just a test. I cannot believe we are doing what we are doing with our budget. Our budget is not showing any element of seriousness. We are financing things. We are even still giving MPs money to go and toy around with when people are suffering, when there are no jobs. Where in this budget do you see incentives? Where in this budget do you see an attempt to lower the cost of electricity, to increase production and create jobs and create revenue for government? Where in this budget do you see an attempt? I haven't seen the finance bill, but I'm sure from what has been mentioned, there is nothing in it. Attempts to raise revenue. Where are the attempts? All you can see is a government that thinks the only way to make money is to tax its people. The people are poor. The government of Kenya, since independence, has never known the meaning of paying people well. You pay civil servants and public servants well. Then you set the pace. Then the public sector follows suit. And the salaries go up. When people are well paid, they have disposable income. And they can save. And it is through this disposable income that you create revenue for companies. You know, because they sell goods and services. It is through good salaries that people are able to save. It is from saving that long-term investment. You know, this is one-on-one economics. When you read the budget, you do not see even first-year economics at play. And I'm urging Kenyans, especially our leaders, please, in order to save this country from collapse, stop stealing. Stop theft that is evident in the budget. Please, let me see the next budget showing no evidence of padding or putting their money that you are going to follow to it. Please, stop this theft. You have stolen enough. For heaven's sake, what do you propose? What do you want to do with this money? You are even stealing from dead people. You are stealing from COVID. You have billions. I'm appealing to our thieves, and I've done this before. For heaven's sake, you have enough money even if you withdrew 50 million every day. You will not finish. You will die before you finish. The children you leave will withdraw each of them 50 million every day. They will not finish that money. Your grandchildren will still withdraw 50 million per day each, and they will not finish the money you have stolen. And you continue to steal. This budget is evidence that we are not about to stop our stealing. My appeal to you this morning, our leaders, you have stolen enough. Enjoy your loot. Otherwise, this country is going to be destroyed. When the country is destroyed, we will all suffer. But finally, I must tell you, it is you who will suffer more. I've said this before. When there's chaos in a country, those who stay in Muthaiga, next to Mathare, those who stay in Lamington, next to Kawangware, those who stay in Karen, next to Kibra, these are the ones who will suffer. I'm telling you, stop your stealing. Let's have a sensible budget next time now.